And yeah, so I'm going to explain a little bit of the layout of the project that we're going to present. First of all, Dallin was our subject in all of the tests that we ran. So as you can see up here, subject Dallin, 23 years old, 92 kilograms, and 1.85 meters height. Okay, so that's his general information, and these are the different tests we ran. And we're going to go through and explain each of the fitness component tests, each of the assessments, and we're going to explain kind of each one, the protocols, what we were able to do, and the results that we got from tests. So the first protocol we're going to start with is BMI. BMI is not a great indicator of, it's not a very specific indicator of health, but it is a general indicator. So here we see the results. Dallin's BMI is 27.8, which classifies him as being overweight. And as we'll go on to explain these other categories, you can tell that him being in the overweight category does not mean he's unhealthy or athletic, unfit at all. So, but yeah, that's where we'll go.
Awesome. So this one here, this is the BOD pod. This is a tool that we use to measure body composition. So basically what it does is the subject will sit in here. That's what I did. And then it basically puts air pressure to measure the volume displacement that the person takes. And then you calibrate that based on like the height that they were before, and then their mass in kilograms, and based on that you can kind of determine how much of their weight is fat mass versus non-fat mass. And you can get a general indicator of kind of what those ratios look like. So this is me hopping in.
All right, thanks, Dallin, for that explanation on the BOD pod and how it works to calculate, fat mass versus fat-free mass. These are the results on Dallin's test. He had 12.2% fat mass, which categorizes him as moderately lean. Yeah. Next, we're going to go over muscular strength with the 1 rep max bench press test.
Awesome. So for the muscular strength test, we use the 1 rep max prediction test because I didn't really know what my 1 rep max would be. So basic protocol for that is we estimated what my 1 rep max would be, and then we did 50% of that for a warm-up. So we did about 15 reps at 50% of the weight, and then we increased it to 70% of what we estimated my 1 rep max would be, and did 10 reps. And then we kept increasing it every 10% until I could do either 10 or less. And once we got to about 90%, I was able to do 10 reps, and that was all I could do. So then from there, we could estimate how many reps I did and quantify what my 1 rep max would most likely be.
Set. This is 70% of his estimated 1 rep max, and we're going to go, if he can get 10, then we're going to go to 80% of his estimated 1 rep max, which right now we're estimating is 190. Is that 10? Alright, so now we're going to increase the 80% of the 1 rep max.
going.
7,
Come on.
8, 9. One more, come on.
You got it, you got it. Nice.
I'll shoot. I guess you're higher than that. You got it, you got it.
Come on, you got it. Do it.
Up, 3. Come on, you got it.
Get it down on my chest, you can do.
Hey, that's still your predicted, alright? Alright, thanks Dallin for explaining the 1 rep prediction test for us. The results here, his predicted 1 rep max is 220 pounds or 100 kilograms. Now his relative strength, if you divide that by his body weight, 92 kilograms, you get 1.08. And that, based on the chart that we had, was classifies him as 50% in the 50 percentile for muscular strength from the bench press.
Awesome. So next test we did to quantify my muscular endurance, we did a push-up test. So basic protocol for that is you're just doing as many push-ups as you can to a failure to see how long your muscles can sustain a workout. So it's working on that endurance aspect. So protocols for it, you want to make sure your chin's touching the ground and elbows are locking on the way up so that you're getting full form. And then you're just going for as long as you can before your body gives out, and then that kind of gives you an indicator of how much muscular endurance you have.
Yeah, and the results on that endurance test, push-up test, Dallin was able to perform 41 push-ups with proper form, which puts him in the 98th percentile for muscular endurance.
Cool. So next test we did was to measure my cardiorespiratory fitness. So what we did for that was a VO2 max test using the Bruce protocol. So first thing is we used like a mask that measured my respiratory exchange ratio. So basically how much carbon dioxide I'm breathing out versus how much oxygen I'm taking in. And then that kind of gives an indicator of how much oxygen my body's consuming. So what we did is we performed a warm-up with all the mask on and the data being recorded. And then after the warm-up, we increased the incline and the speed that the treadmill was going at constant rates every 3 minutes. And then as I kept progressing, it got harder and harder. And so then the amount of oxygen I was consuming increased up until failure when my body couldn't sustain it. And then based on that point, we could see how much oxygen I was consuming at maximum, which gives me a good indicator of my cardiorespiratory fitness.
Alright, so his VO2 max from the Bruce protocol is 61.4 milliliters per kilogram per minute. That classifies him in the 90th percentile of aerobic fitness. So means his body is very good at using oxygen and converting it to energy.
Awesome. So last test we did was to quantify my flexibility. So this is just a basic sit and reach test. Protocols is you warm up for about 10 minutes, just anything to kind of get your legs loose, get blood flowing through them. And then after that, you perform 4 stretches. So you have your feet all the way against here, box against the wall so it's not sliding, and then you have to keep your knees straight, and then just reach as far as you can, come back, reach again, and then on the 4th try, you have to hold it for 1 to 2 seconds, and then as far as you can reach, we recorded that measurement. We're good?
on his fourth and final stretch, he was able to get 42 centimeters, which classifies him in the 95th percentile of flexibility. So that's pretty good. And yeah, that's it for the different fitness components here. As you can see, some of them might seem like they contradict each other, like muscular strength is only 50%, but muscular endurance is 98%. And that just kind of happens, you know.
Awesome. So this is kind of a graph we made to like quantify my different levels of fitness. So as you can see, like some of them did pretty good, like cardio, muscular endurance, flexibility. Body composition and muscular strength were pretty close to average, and then BMI was a little below average. So basically what we'd want to work on is those areas, and these were the ones that were good.
And he doesn't have any problems with like great health, like he has no medical conditions, he has no diseases or anything that inhibit him from doing any type of fitness training programs. So the type of program we really would want to focus on would be on lowering his BMI and his body fat, and then being able to convert that into muscular strength while being able to maintain his muscular endurance, cardio, and his flexibility at the same time.
Should we, after that, now decide on basically what just like roughly?
Okay, so here's just a little example of what we could implement into Dallin's training program to help him specifically with his muscular strength. So because he's not so much of a strength lifter or a weightlifter in general, he's probably more of a beginner in terms of his fitness level there. And so we would start him out at 3 times a week, and for strength training protocols, you want to at least be above 70% of your 1 rep max when doing exercises. So we'll have him do 3 times a week at 70% or above his 1 rep max. We're going to have him do about 6 to 8 exercises a session, and with each of those exercises, he's going to be doing at least 3 sets or greater with 6 or less reps a set. So as he does this and implements it into his training program, we'll see that his strength will also increase, but he can also be maintaining his cardio, his flexibility, his endurance, and it will also help his body composition, his BMI, to go down a little bit as well.
All right, thanks. That was our presentation. Hope you learned a few things. This was our general overview of Dallin's overall health, the different aspects, different components of his fitness, and yeah.
We really hope that you found this to be informative and something. We hope that you could find something that you could learn to apply in your own fitness assessments and to something to apply to your own training programs as well.
Thumbs up.